Hi guys, and welcome back to another video in Movies with Ingrid. Today we are going to be talking about one of the shows that I'm watching currently, which is American Horror Story, and specifically in this video I'm going to be talking about their amazing first season, Murder House. And if you know, they literally went with everything in this first season. This show was directed and created by Ryan Murphy. It was acted by Connie Britton as Vivian Harmon, Dylan McDermott as Ben Harmon, Thaisa Farmiga as Violet Harmon, Jessica Lange as Constance Harmon, Evan Peters as Tate Langdon, and Dennis O'Hare as Larry Harvey. I'm gonna explain this show as the ideas flow through my mind because I'm gonna try to explain the timeline of the ghosts that are in this mansion, but I'm just gonna tell you that a lot of things happen in the season, so it's gonna be a little bit hard for me to say everything. This show basically goes about the Harmon family. They are going to come to move to LA into this amazing new mansion, which is very big and it was very cheap. And if you know, this basically means that a lot of people died here. Why are they moving here? They are moving because Vivian suffered from a miscarriage, which it's absolutely horrible, and Ben, because of the grieving of losing a baby, he cheated. He cheated on his wife. So they decide to make peace by coming to live somewhere else. I'm gonna tell you about the first family that lived in this house. They were a family of they were wealthy, and it was a doctor. But this doctor basically thought he was Frankenstein, so he tried to make life with animals' parts that were dead, and he put them together, but none of it was actually working. But um, he also had this other thing, this other job to make more money, which basically was um, telling women to come to him because he could help them get an abortion. One of the husbands of this, one of the girls that went to him, found out about this, and he decided to steal the baby that the doctor and his wife had because he was so sad that he lost the baby. So he was, if I'm not gonna have a baby, you're not gonna have one either. And he stole the baby and he kept it. But once it was returned to the family, to the doctor, the baby was no longer with us. He was dead, and that was extremely sad for me, I must admit. But the doctor, as the crazy doctor he is, he decides to bring his boy back to life by putting animal parts into him and giving him life. And this is the only time that one of his experiments actually worked because his baby boy came to life, but he was basically a demon. He was absolutely terrific. So, the wife of the family, she's like, no, that baby is absolutely horrible. He's a monster. And she decides to kill the baby because he hurt her, and then she decides to kill the husband and unalive herself because it was too much for her. It was too much for humanity also to have something like that at that point in life. So no. And she is one of the ghosts. The wife is one of the ghosts that reside on that mansion. Then we have the family of the Langdons. We have that Constance had a family. She had Tate Langdon. Then she had another son called Bo. I don't remember his entire name, but his name was Bo. And we also have her beautiful daughter that I'm sorry I don't remember her name. But she was such a sweet girl with a very bad mother. So the first one to go from this house was Tate because the house has a very it makes you crazy. It literally makes you start to be unstable mentally. So especially because of the ghosts. So Tate starts to go crazy because of the house, and he decides to go to his school, to his high school, and do a mass shooting of people there, which is absolutely terrible. And I know that happens a lot in the United States, and I'm absolutely sorry for that. I'm absolutely sorry because of that. So he does a mass shooting, and then the police find out, and they go to this house and they shoot Tate because he was gonna unalive himself, but they decide to shoot him first. So now Tate also resides in this mansion, and then we have Bo, which Bo had a lot of physical health problems and mental health problems. So Constance was having an affair with the guy that now was living in that house. She didn't live in this house anymore. She was the neighbor. But this guy, Larry Harvey, was living there, and she told him like, "Hey, go, my son," you know. So he goes and he kills Bo too. And then because he was now living in this house, he tells his wife like, "Hey, I'm cheating on you with Constance next door," you know. And the wife is like, "Oh, okay." And then she goes and burns herself alive alongside with his two daughters. And those are another three ghosts that we have there in this house. Then we have a gay couple. This gay couple came into this house because, of course, it was very cheap, but they are having many, many problems in their relationship. One of them is cheating on the other, but the other knows. They also wanted to have a baby, but because of these problems, they are no longer going to have the baby. So they are fighting between each other. And so Tate, as the ghost that he is, he goes to them on Halloween night and he kills both of them. So two more ghosts into the house. Then, as the story progresses, we have another ghost that comes into the house of the girl that Ben cheated on with. She is killed by Larry Harvey. He just kills her. Um, and that's it. She's another ghost into the house, and she was gonna have a baby that it was Ben's. So that's another problem. Further in the story, I'm trying not to give as many spoilers because I really want you to go watch this show. Is masterpiece. We have another ghost that it is Constance's new boyfriend. He's very young, but he dies because the girl Ben cheated on with kills him, and he's another ghost. Yay! Then we have the daughter of the Harmons, Violet. She is having a lot of mental problems because of everything that's going on in her family, and she's also suffering from bullying in her school. So she does a lot of self-harming, and she has thoughts about unaliving herself. And at the ending of the and at some point of the story, I do have to say this: she becomes a ghost, but she doesn't know this, and Tate tries to help her. So now we have the Harmons, and Vivian and Ben are trying to reconnect with each other, to forgive each other somehow, and they end up being pregnant. But the same night that they consummated the act of love, Vivian was raped by someone in a latex suit in the house, and now she's gonna have twins, but the twins are basically from different fathers, which is so rare to happen. Like, it's one in a million situation, but she's gonna have twins from different fathers. And go watch the show if you want to know who the fathers are. Of course, one from men. That's all I can tell you. We have Violet. She starts to fall in love with the beautiful, beautiful Tate. That's not so beautiful over here, but here, yes. Um, and we have Ben that's giving like therapy to Tate because he's a psychologist. I absolutely adored the relationship between Violet and Tate because Evan Peters is basically the reason I started watching the show. I saw some clips on TikTok and he's absolutely stunning when he was an American Horror Story. I'm not saying he's not amazing now. I mean, He's my lock screen now. I love him. I absolutely adored him even before. Now I'm in love, and I love how he acts. He's just amazing. He's just amazing. But I love how he loves Violet, and I love how Violet loves Tate. Even though they have a lot of problems in between the story and what happens at the ending, I think they did love each other. They absolutely did, and they're gonna find their way towards each other eventually. Um, but this show is absolutely amazing, and you can definitely watch it. Like, you cannot watch it on season one, season two, season three, and that's literally what the story goes on about. I try not to give many spoilers. Of course, a lot of other things happen in between the story. The show has 12 seasons, and it was from 2011, so it has gone, it's a while now from today. But it is definitely an amazing show, and if you love a bit of horror, a bit of psychological stuff going on in your head, and if you love Evan Peters or some of the actors that appear here, it's definitely your show. It's absolutely addicting. I watched this season in one day, and it's 12 episodes, and all of those episodes are like almost an hour long, but they are just simply chef's kiss. They are, this show is absolutely stunning. It's absolutely amazing. Also, the camera work really also makes you be in the show. It's very, a bit dizzying, but I get dizzy quite often. But it really makes you be there in the moment, and it makes you be more immersed in what's happening. It also helps you understand what's going on in the mind of the characters, and it was absolutely amazing. The acting was not super amazing, but it is not bad. It's definitely not bad. It's a good acting. It's a good acting. So you should definitely go watch it right now. Really. Even if you don't want to watch this season, you can watch any other that literally catches your attention. And that's why I say this show is amazing, because you don't have to watch it like chronically, like how it is, because every season is so different. It's a different story. Is Some of the actors are different, but many remain, which I think that's also super amazing, and I loved it. So I hope in the future this show is still on air, and I can be part of it. Please manifest with me. But it's so precious to me. Right now, I'm totally addicted to American Horror Story. I'm very busy with school, but I at least watch one episode a day. It's absolutely amazing. And I love Evan Peters. Please, please. Thank you guys for watching today's video. Please remember to subscribe, comment, and to like. And please come back to the next video, and please go watch American Horror Stories. I promise you are going to love it. And see you on the next video. Bye, guys.